Now we will start with the second chapter, which is Pygame Basics. So I will take one program, and with the help of that program, I will explain you how to set up a Pygame program and some of the important steps to create a Pygame program. So let's start with Pygame Basics. And here we will learn how to set up the Pygame program. So we will learn the structure of Pygame program, how to write a code for it, and also we will learn some of the basic commands, or you can say the basic structure of the game. Now first, for any program, the first step is we import the necessary modules. So here we are going to import the Pygame. So this is the first step. Now Pygame is a module which is basically designed for creating video games, and it has different features like you can add colors, animation, music, graphics, fonts. So these type of all features you can add to your game, and you can make your game more attractive. So all these features are there in the module Pygame. So first step is we will import the Pygame. Now after importing the Pygame, we need to initialize the Pygame. So basically we initialize this Pygame because it initializes all the Python modules. So whatever features you want to use in the Pygame, if you want to use that, you need to initialize them. Instead of initializing all the different modules one by one, we can do that with the help of pygame.initialize. So it initializes all the modules, all the features which are available in the Pygame. This is the very important step in the Pygame program structure, that you need to initialize the Pygame module. So this is the important step. So first what we did, we importing libraries, and the second step is program Pygame initialization. Now after initializing the Pygame, this is the steps which you have to write in each and every program. This step, Pygame initialization and importing library. Now after initializing the Pygame, we are going to create a display. So whatever things you want to put on the display, you can do that. So we are going to create a window, and on that window we will draw different things, we will put different functions. So let's create one window. So to do that, need to write the variable name game display, game D, and I'm going to use the Pygame library, which is pygame.display.setMode. SetMode is the command to set the resolution of the window. Okay, in this set mode you have to pass the tuple. So in this tuple we are going to pass the width and the height of the window. So 800, or for example let's take 400, 200. So this is the height and the width and the height of the window. So our window will be 400 pixels wide and 200 pixels tall. Okay, so this double round bracket indicate that we are passing these two value as a tuple. If we don't pass this two value as a tuple, it will treat both of these parameter independently. So that's why we have to pass these two values in a tuple. Okay, so after setting the resolution, we are going to set the title for our display window. For example, if you are creating a game, then you need to write something on the window. Okay, so for that reason, I'm going to create a caption. So here in the Pygame, like in Python tkinter, there is a method which is called as set title. So that title method helps you to write a title on the window, but in Pygame, there is a caption. The name of that method is caption. So where you want to put that caption, I want to put that caption on the display. So pygame.display.set caption, and here in this round bracket you can give the name. For example, my first game application. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to set the clock. So to track time within the game, we use game clock, and this game clock is works like frame per second, so that we can tweak this value later. Basically this clock parameter is used to set the timings in the game, to set the frame per second parameter. if you want to speed up game or if you want to slow down the game, so with the help of clock parameter, you can do that. First, what we are going to do is we are going to set the clock parameter and then we are going to tweak its value. So based on that value, the game will slow down or game will gain a speed. Okay. So in this way, you can also track the timings within the game and you can trigger certain event based on the timings. So for that reason, the clock is basically used. So I'm going to create one parameter which is clock, and Pygame dot time method is used, and here from time I'm going to use clock. Okay. So sometime you can also use this tab in the Jupyter to auto complete some syntax. For example, I'm going to press tab now. So see, it gets auto completed. So instead of remembering all the syntax, you just need to remember some of the methods. Okay. Okay. Now the next thing is we are going to create some variable which is stop, and we are going to set its value to false. Okay. So what we did till now, we first imported the libraries, then we started our Pygame program with the help of initialize method, then we set the display, then we set the title for the window, set clock. Okay, I will tell you the use of this clock later. Okay, as well as we have created one variable and value is false. Okay, now the main loop is important. So we are going to create one main loop, and in that main loop all the game logic will be there. In your game application, whatever code you are going to create now, you have to write a loop. So that loop contains all the game logic. So basically now we are studying the structure of the Pygame. Okay. So what is the structure of the program? The first thing is you have to import libraries, then you have to initialize the Pygame, you have to set the display, and in the loop you can write your business or game logic. Okay. So we are going to create one main loop, and that is while loop, and this loop will run until some event triggers or until someone closes the application. So I want to keep this loop running until someone closes it. So not stop. So this loop will run unless it is not stopped by someone or by some event. Okay. So I want to keep this loop running. Now, after creating the loop, we are going to write some event like for event in Pygame dot event dot get. Okay. So Pygame dot event dot get. So this method is used to get the events, whatever events are running. We can get those events with the help of this, and with the help of for loop we can check that whatever events are there which are running in background. So it is a kind of a queue which is created. This queue is checked with the help of the for loop. So after checking all the events in the for loop, for is again one loop for events in event dot get. So this is kind of a queue. I'm going to check all the events with the help of for loop for event in this queue. I'm going to do if any of the event type, if any of the event type is equal to Pygame dot quit. Okay. Then I'm going to change the value of stop to true, and I'm going to exit the application. So what I'm doing here is, for example, if any of the event in this event queue is equal to quit, this is the method, this is the type of. So for example, if any of the event is equal to quit, then we are going to change the value of true and this loop will terminate. Okay. So whatever the events are happening in the background, we are going to check those events one by one with the help of Pygame.event.get and this for loop, and if any of the event type is equal to quit, then we are going to change the value of this stop and we are going to terminate this loop. Okay.